There's a huge mental shift that is required when you get to retirement, in my opinion, to really have a happy and well-lived retirement. It's not something that's talked about often. I talk about it all the time with my clients. I'm going to talk about it with you today, and I'll explain not only what it is, but how you can combat it so that you make sure that it doesn't derail your own retirement. Over the years, I've seen a lot of people living well below their means in retirement, and it's not out of happiness. It's not that they're just living below their means and they're doing all of the things they want. It's from a place of fear. It's from a place of, I don't know if I have enough and I have to save and preserve, because what if this bad thing happens and it derails everything, and therefore I have to deprive myself in some form of the things that I would like to do just in case. And here's the thing. Some version of saving for retirement is depriving yourself all along the way, right? It's the act of taking some money that you have now and taking it away from current you and putting it away for the future. And so that's normal behavior while you're working. For 40 plus years, you're a builder, a saver, a grower. You're putting money away for the future and building this nest egg because you know you need to do the right things so that future you can live a good retirement. And here's the thing that happens. Someday future you becomes today you. And when that happens, you have to flip the switch to consuming, to using that asset, to spending those resources that you've put away to truly be able to enjoy your retirement. And it's a very difficult shift to make. There's a couple of reasons why. I'll explain to you why I believe that is, and then what steps you can take to avoid that. What it really comes down to is we all have a relationship with money. We have a conversation on the inside with money and what it is for us and what it means to us and what we have to do with it. If you're the person that spends every last dollar that you get, when you get to retirement, if there's even gonna be a retirement, it's probably gonna be pretty lean because you didn't do the things along the way to create the resources. The opposite of that is not spending, not living your life today so that you can put away more for the future. And that's just a different version of not so great. Success lies in the middle, moderation. Now here's the rub. When you get to retirement, even if you've been in that moderate space, even if your conversation with money is healthy, you still got there through spending less, not touching the money that I've put away. And now, most of the time, to do the things that you want to do in retirement, you need to access that money. And you should want to access that money. You literally put it away for the future. Here's the big difference. The future is here now. It's no longer the future. And it's okay to access that money. So what's the fix here? How do you thread the needle on retirement and get to do the things that you want to do without worrying about it, while being able to successfully shift your mindset to consuming from building and growing and saving? It's time to sit down and think out what it is you want retirement to be before you get there. Do that by yourself. Do that with a spouse. If you have a financial advisor, you should be doing this with the financial advisor as you get close enough to retirement to be able to visualize it and understand what it is that you'd like to have happen. Quantify those things. I'd like to take a trip to Disney every year with the kids. I'd like to pay for grandkids' college. I'd like to be able to give some money to charity. I want to do a lot of travel. Whatever the things are that are on the bucket list, now is the time to get them off of the bucket list and onto some paper somewhere and understand what they are and understand what they will cost. And then the next step is to look at the resources. Do you have the ability to do all of these things? And create a plan for yourself. Now here's the trick. I said do this before retirement. Do this before retirement when you're still in the mindset of there's the opportunity to create more. I'm earning an income, I'm putting money away, because you will feel differently about those things than once you've already retired. Once the new inflow stops and resources become very finite. And this is true whether you've got $500,000, whether you've got $5 million. I've seen this over and over again. Once you're no longer earning an income, resources seem very finite, and your retirement will naturally become smaller than it needs to be if you're that person that lived below their means for all of those years and you don't have a plan for something else. What got you there won't get you through it in the best way possible unless you've got a plan. Do the plan before it's time to enact the plan if you can. Now, if you're watching the video and you're already retired and you're feeling some of the pinch of what I talked about, still go through the exercise. Talk to your advisor, talk to your spouse, sit down, map things out, and create the financial plan to be able to put those things into place without the worry, without the, oh, we can't spend from that because I don't feel good about how things are going. But it's infinitely better if you're able to do that before you get to that point, because you'll be in a better mind frame to understand what it is that you truly want. And that's the first step of financial planning. Understand where you're trying to get to. The second step is, where are you today? And then the actual act of financial planning is connecting those two things and continuing on that path and adjusting as necessary. So much better to do it before you're actually ready to take the plunge if you can. If you're wondering how to put together a retirement income plan, I got you covered. You know that I do. I always try to do these videos while planning out what the next one is. Well, the next one is right there. It's all about how to put together a retirement income plan that will serve you when you get there and it's time to start to use those assets. Click the button. I'll see you on the other side.